Hello students, we are going to discuss about harmonics. So what is the meaning of harmonics? As we all know, harmonics are the undesirable high frequency components. Undesirable high frequency components. So coming to the definition of the harmonics, these are the signals whose frequencies are the integral multiples of reference or fundamental frequency. That means, let us say k is some frequency, some harmonic frequency. Fk is some harmonic frequency. It can be represented, it can be defined as k into f1. So here f1 is nothing but the fundamental harmonic frequency, fundamental harmonic frequency, and k is the integral multiple. Already as the f1 is called fundamental, no need to give k is equal to 1. So integral multiple and integer will be starting integer, and it will be starting from 2, 3, 4, like that it will go, right? And here fk is nothing but harmonic frequency, harmonic frequency. Generally in your household, if you want to know what is the fundamental physically, if you want to know what is this fundamental frequency, generally, for example, if we take a household input, that is 230 volts, 50 hertz, let us say. Here the 50 hertz, what is there, it is nothing but the fundamental harmonic frequency, and it is desirable, so yeah, high frequency undesirable. So why I told it is undesirable? So with the discussion of two cases, we can conclude that it is undesirable higher. So after the discussion of the two cases, you will understand why it is undesirable, why this fundamental harmonic frequency is desirable. First case, coming to first case. Coming to first case, case 1. Case 1, the example what we are taking is the perfectly pure sinusoidal, sinusoidal waveform. Okay, so if you take a pure sinusoid, this is a pure sinusoid. Let us say we are representing on the x-axis, we are giving x1 of t, on the y-axis you are giving it as t or omega t, whatever your wish. And this pure sinusoid is having a time period. That means it will be repeating itself after a time of t. So that's why it is called a time period. Let us say this is t by 2. Yes, and this sinusoid is having a maximum value of Vm, minimum value, negative maximum of minus Vm, and this maximum value is occurring at some time constant, let us say t1, right? That's it. How you represent this waveform? x1 of t, and this V max can also be written as x1 maximum, capital X1 maximum because it is constant value. And here small x1 of t, why I represented with small x1 of t, because it is instantaneous, it is completely it is constantly varying with time. That's why I have given with small. And this is I have given capital. Why I have given capital means it is constant. Always capitals are constant, always the smalls are. In electrical engineering, whatever, wherever the representation you see, if you see a small letter, it is varying, right? If you see a capital letter, it is constant. So how you represent x1 of t? X1 of t is equal to x1 maximum into sine omega 1t, right? Omega 1t. So here in this omega 1 is nothing but fundamental. Here this omega 1 is nothing but fundamental frequency, and this x1 maximum is maximum of this waveform, and this is called fundamental frequency component. So you can write this equation as x1 of t is equal to a1 sine omega 1t. Here a1 is nothing but fundamental frequency component, omega 1 is nothing but fundamental frequency. So here you don't see any other frequency other than omega 1. Here this pure sinusoidal waveform is free from. So case 1, the conclusion is it is free from any harmonics. It is free from any harmonic components or harmonics. Next, in the case 2, what we will do is case 2. What we will do is we will consider an arbitrary non-sinusoidal waveform. Some arbitrary or non-sinusoidal waveform consider. We will consider an arbitrary non-sinusoidal waveform. Arbitrary non-sinusoidal waveform, let us consider. Yeah. So this non-sinusoidal waveform, on the y-axis we are representing it as x2 of t, and this non-sinusoidal waveform is having a time period with the time period only. Okay, it is having the same time period t, let us say. So this non-sinusoidal arbitrary waveform is something like this. We don't know where it is going up and why it is going also, we don't know, but it is having the same time period t, right? Okay, yes. On the x-axis we have taken omega t and it is having a time period t. So where it is going up, where it is coming down, we don't have any idea, right? So for that, as we don't have any idea on the coming up and up and downs of that waveform, what we have to do is first we have to convert this non-sinusoidal waveform into sinusoidal waveform. So what is the technique we use to convert this non-sinusoidal to sinusoidal waveform? What is the technique? The technique is Fourier series. With the help of Fourier series, we convert this non-sinusoidal waveform to sinusoidal waveform. Convert this non-sinusoidal waveform into sinusoidal waveform, right? So that means what is the Fourier series expansion? Have you write the Fourier series expansion? Fourier series expansion, x2 of t here, it is x2 of t. x2 of t is equal to, let us say, a naught plus sigma. So k we have taken, or k or n, whatever your wish. K is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega t, or whatever. If you take n also, no problem. Let us take n. n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega t plus bn sin n omega t, right? Yeah. So if you simplify this one, what you get, that is equal to a naught plus a1, this n omega t, here n omega 1 t, let us say it is n omega 1 t, because omega 1 is nothing but fundamental frequency. So n times the fundamental frequency, you will get harmonic frequency. Okay. So a naught is nothing but, it is a DC component, no frequency component. So keep that aside, but we will be discussing the harmonics. A1 cos n omega t, that is omega n is equal to 1, substitute n is equal to 1, omega 1 t plus, first we will go with the cost terms, total cost terms, a2 cos 2 omega 1 t plus a3 cos 3 omega 1 t plus and so on up to infinity. Up to n it will go, n omega t, and next you will get b1 cos b1 sin omega 1 t b1 sin omega 1 t plus b2 sin 2 omega 1 t plus b3 sin 3 omega 1 t, like that it will, you will get. Yes, here what you have to understand is, this omega 1 is nothing but the harmonic frequency, the corresponding component, the component corresponding to this omega 1 is nothing but harmonic, this nothing but fundamental frequency components. A1 and B1 are fundamental frequency components. Okay. Now coming to the other frequency components, here you can see it is the integral multiple of the fundamental frequency. That means this is harmonic frequency. Here harmonic frequency, how we have defined, fk is equal to k into f1 we have defined. So f, here we have f, there we have omega. What is the difference, sir? So fk is nothing but just frequency, hertz, the unit of f is hertz, right? So here omega is nothing but 2 pi f. That means this is angular frequency. You can also write the frequency in this way or that way. Okay, angular frequency and normal frequency. Yes. So here it is the integral multiple of the fundamental frequency. So you can write it as omega 2. Here you can write it as omega 3. So how you write? Change that one. How you write? You can write that one as a naught plus a1 cos omega 1 t plus a2 cos omega 2 t plus and so on, and you will get b1 sin omega 1 t plus b2 sin omega 2 t plus and so on, like that you will get. Yes. One thing you have to note from this here is, you are getting some harmonic frequencies. Why did I call it undesirable? Just I have given the picture how we convert this non-sinusoidal to sinusoidal. We have now converted to sinusoids, let us say, right? Now we don't know why it is undesirable. Let's discuss with an example, right? So where we generally use this power electronics, the application, one of the power electronic application is speed control of the DC machine, or speed control of the AC machine is one of the application. So now let us say we are considering example. For example, we are considering we are controlling the speed of the AC machine with the help of some power electronic circuit. Let us say some inverter we have taken, right? We are controlling the speed of the AC machine. AC machine mean generally induction machine. Induction machine will be having a magnetic circuit. You will have. So in this magnetic circuit, there will be iron losses. There will be iron losses. So in this iron losses are divided into hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. So this hysteresis losses, WH, is proportional to frequency, let us say. So this eddy current losses, E, is proportional to frequency square, right? So now if you, let us say, if you only have this frequency component, fundamental frequency component, only omega 1 is there, the losses will be the harmonic, the hysteresis losses, WH is proportional to F and W is proportional to F square. Done. Okay. So only one frequency is there. No problem. So you will get some losses, let us say. Losses corresponding to fundamental frequency. But if you have another frequency components, what happens? Like omega 2, omega 3, omega 4. What happens to the losses? Losses are proportional to frequency here, proportional to frequency. Losses increases. So if losses increases, what happens? It is undesirable. Losses increases means efficiency. What happens to efficiency? Efficiency reduces. Performance also reduces. So always we shall try to eliminate these frequencies. These harmonic frequencies are not desirable, so that's why it is undesirable. So that's why what we have to do, we have to try and eliminate this frequency, these frequencies. So these harmonic frequencies we have to try and eliminate. Yes. How to eliminate these frequencies? So what are the frequencies we are seeing here? What are the frequencies we are seeing here? So what are the frequencies we are seeing here? Generally we are seeing omega naught. We are seeing omega naught, omega 1, omega 2, omega 3, omega 4, omega 5, like that up to omega n we are seeing. Here omega 2, omega 4, omega 6, these frequencies are even harmonic frequencies. Omega 2, omega 4, omega 6, omega 8, like that omega n, if n is even or 2n, whatever, no problem. So like that, these are even harmonics, and the components corresponding to even harmonics are A2, A4, A6, A8, like that, right? So how to eliminate this even harmonics? You have even harmonics and the remaining are odd harmonics. Omega 1 is the fundamental frequency component, but this is not the harmonic. So omega 3, omega 5, omega 7, like that, these are odd harmonics. So how to eliminate these harmonics? Yeah, harmonics and the components corresponding to this odd harmonics, A3, A5, A7 are the components, odd harmonic components. And you also have one more frequency, that is omega naught. Omega naught, here it is 0. Omega naught is nothing but 0, because omega naught, omega n is equal to n into omega 1. This is the formula. So if n is equal to 0, omega naught is equal to 0, that means the frequency, 0 frequency component, that is DC component. The components corresponding to omega naught is DC component. A naught you will get. So here A naught is DC component. Yeah. So which are, so how to eliminate? The thing is, we have to eliminate these frequencies. How to eliminate? how to eliminate these frequencies. How to first we will see how to eliminate these even harmonic frequencies. We have to make sure that the output voltage or the waveform what we are getting, output waveform, output voltage waveform or output waveform we are getting must be symmetrical to x-axis. If it is symmetrical to x-axis, all the odd harmonics, all the even harmonics, that means omega 2, omega 4, omega 6 will get eliminated, and the corresponding components also get eliminated. The harmonics gets eliminated, and harmonic components also will be 0. So first, in order to eliminate this even harmonics, what we have to do is we have to make sure the output or the output waveform or any waveform that is symmetrical to x-axis, So if you make sure that the waveform is symmetrical to x-axis, we can eliminate even harmonics, and the components corresponding also gets eliminated. So this is one thing. So even harmonics can be eliminated this way. And how to eliminate this odd harmonics? This odd harmonics and the DC components, it is difficult to eliminate, right? DC component also, if you see, what is the DC component of it? DC component is nothing but average value of this one. The positive, in the positive cycle, the area of the positive cycle is equal to the area of the negative cycle, right? So that means it is perfectly symmetrical to x-axis, and the areas are also same. A is equal to B, so area of A is equal to area of B. What happens if the areas are same? The DC component, if you take the average value for it, the average value is 0. If the average value is 0, the DC component is nothing but 0. But I will give some more waveforms. If the waveform is like this, let us say, if the waveform is like this, what is the DC component? The negative area is higher than greater than this positive cycle area, so you will get a negative average. So then the DC component is negative, A naught is negative. If let us say, if you have a waveform like this, so the positive area is greater than the negative area, so you will get a DC component this way, and this A naught is positive. So DC component you will get this way. So if you maintain the waveform which is perfectly symmetrical to x-axis, then what we can say? Perfectly symmetrical to x-axis, what we can say? We can eliminate DC component A naught and all the even harmonic components, that means A2, A4, all these components can be eliminated along with DC component. Now we will go into discussion how to eliminate this A3, A5 and A7, that means odd harmonic components, how to eliminate them. It is difficult to eliminate the odd harmonic components because it is difficult. Okay. If we try to eliminate, if you design a circuit or if you design a combination and try to eliminate A3, let us say, third harmonic component, A5 is still there, A7 is still there, so you can only eliminate one harmonic at a time, one harmonic component at a time. We cannot eliminate all the odd harmonics. What we have to do is we have to make this harmonics, we have to bring this harmonics to higher order. That means we have to bring this harmonics to higher order. That means we have to increase the frequency of operation. Let us say, if we increase the frequency of operation, we can bring this circuit, this components to the higher order. So and what happens if you bring this components to higher order? The magnitudes will reduce, right? the magnitudes will reduce. Let us say if this is the fundamental harmonic waveform, what happens to the third harmonic? This is third harmonic. This is third harmonic. That means a magnitude reduced. What happens to fifth harmonic? For one cycle you will get 5 cycles. Here you, for one cycle of the fundamental, you are getting 3 cycles here. In the fifth harmonic case, you will get 5 cycles. 1, 2, like this. Okay. So you will get 5 cycles like that. What happens if you bring this harmonics, fifth and seventh harmonics, to higher order? If you bring that to higher order, more and more the magnitude reduces, and it is easy to eliminate the higher order harmonics. If you bring them to the higher orders, it is easy to eliminate with the help of small sized filter. It is easy to eliminate those harmonics with the help of small sized filter. So size is reduced, cost is also reduced. That is the advantage of increasing the frequency. Now let us say in the power electronics, what happens is, let us say first, for example, we are taking, first example is, what we are taking is, let us say we are taking half wave rectifier, alpha is equal to 0. Okay, so what will be the output voltage for it? You will get single pulse only you will get, right? And this kind of pulses you will get. If you go for full wave rectifier with alpha is equal to 0, so what do you get? The output voltage, you will get 2 pulses. Next, third one, if you go for 3-phase half wave rectifier with alpha is equal to 0, what happens? Right, you will get 3 pulses for one input cycle. So this is, let us say this is one input cycle. This is one input cycle. So for one input cycle, you got 2 pulses here in the full wave rectifier. In the 3-phase half wave rectifier, for one input cycle, if you get 3 pulses like this, if you get like this, let us say, like this, if you get, what happens? Yeah, I will tell you. Next, fourth one, 3-phase full wave rectifier, alpha is equal to 0. The number of pulses for one input cycle, that means for one time period you will get 6 pulses here. You will get 6 pulses. Now we will understand what is the advantage of increasing this pulses, number of pulses. The order of harmonics in this power electronics circuits is, you can define this order of harmonics like order of harmonics in this power electronic circuit. Order of harmonics is equal to NP plus or minus 1, right? So where N is nothing but integer value, N is nothing but integral value, integer, where P is nothing but, it is not the harmonic N, just NP plus or minus 1. P is nothing but number of pulses. If that is the case, in the first case, P is equal to 1, right? P is equal to 1, that means what happens if P is equal to 1? N plus or minus 1. right? What is the order of harmonics? N cannot be 1. 1 plus 1 2, no problem, right? So let us say n is equal to 1. For n is equal to 1, what you get? N is equal to 1, you get 2 comma 0. For n is equal to 2, what you are getting? Substitute n is equal to 2. 2 plus minus 3 comma 1. So here the order of harmonics is, the harmonic frequencies are omega 3, omega 2, like that. Okay, that means what happens to the magnitudes of this, the components of this omega 2 and omega 3 are A2 and A3, which are high in magnitude. That means high in magnitude, that means the losses will be high. What we have to do? We have to, losses are high, right? So what we have to do? We have to increase the pulses, number of pulses. If let us say P is equal to 2, that means 2n plus or minus 1. What are the order of harmonics you might get for n is equal to 1? N is equal, not n is equal to 1, let us go with n is equal to 2. That will be good. So n is equal to 2, if you substitute, you will get 3 comma, no, n is equal to 2, if you substitute 5 comma 3. So order of the harmonics is 5 and 3, that means omega 3 and omega 5, and still the magnitude of these components, frequency components, are A3 and A5, which are, the magnitudes are high only. Still it is not sufficient, these number of pulses, the second pulses, two pulses are not sufficient. What we have to do? We have to increase the pulse number again. P is equal to 3 if you get. So n is equal to 2, substitute, that is 3n plus or minus 1. 3n plus or minus 1, what you get? The order of harmonics you get. Harmonic components, n is equal to 2, 5 and 7. Still the magnitudes are not as expected, reduced as expected. So what we have to do? We have to increase the pulse width again. That means P is equal to 6. If you substitute P is equal to 6, what happens? P is equal to 6. P is equal to 6. Substitute 6n plus or minus 1. That means n is equal to 2, that is 11 and 13. So here the magnitudes will reduce drastically, and we can use less sized filter, small sized filter, to eliminate these higher order harmonics, right? So we can eliminate these harmonics, the odd harmonics, with the help of increasing in the number of pulses in case of power electronics. Not the general thing. In different applications, we will have different methods. In machines you will have different method. In power electronics this is the method, and in some other electronic applications you will have different methods. I am only constrained with this power electronics discussion only, right?